Hello, my name is Roger with Rogue Health. Today I'm going to talk to you about leaky gut because it seems like it's a problem that many of us have. About 4 years ago, I was having problems as I went to the gym and I was extremely fit. But all of a sudden, it seems like overnight I was getting foot pains and leg pains. And these pains were getting worse and worse all the time to the point where my feet would get so numb that I had to stop exercising. It got to the point where I would walk 1 block and my feet were too numb for me to walk any further. I had to stop for a rest. So I went on to see a medical specialist. The specialist looked at my legs under a CT scan and came back to me and said, well, the problem is obvious. You have a blood clot behind your right knee inside your artery, but there's nothing I can do about it. I asked him why that was, and he said the reason I can't do anything about it because I specialize in doing bypass surgery in order to help bypass this clot. And he said, you're too young for me to do this. So then I went on to see another specialist who basically said the exact same thing. And he said, there is no cure for this. So I went to see my friend, and my friend said, well, before saying that there's no cure for this, perhaps you should go see a naturopath physician. They specialize in dieting and supplements. So I went to see the recommended specialist that he told me to go see, and the naturopath looked at my blood under a microscope. What he found was extremely interesting. In the first photo, you see my blood under microscope. What you see on the left-hand side is my wet blood, which is blue, and it's got large particles of food and yeast, and the blood cells are all clotted together. On the right-hand side, this is my dry blood. It's red, and the big white dots are acid inside my blood. So that indicates that I have what is called a leaky gut, and that I have particles of food that get directly into my bloodstream, yeast, and acid from my gut. The naturopath physician then looked at me and said, you need to change your diet for at least 60 to 90 days so that you can heal your gut. And I will recommend some supplements for you. So what you see after this is my blood after 30 days of following this diet and the supplements very strictly. And my blood did change indeed. After 30 days, my wet blood has all its blood cells separated. There's no more clumps of food and there's no more yeast in my blood. Now the dots you see in the blue cells is actually due to a lack of vitamin B in my blood. And that is because my gut was not absorbing vitamin B very well. On the right-hand side, the large white spots of acid are gone, which is totally amazing. In the last photo, you see what my blood looked like after 60 days. The blue cells are completely separated and the dots in the middle are gone, which means that I'm now absorbing vitamin B12 properly. On the right-hand side, the dry blood, there's no more large white spots at all, meaning that my blood is no longer acidic. And by this time, my feet were no longer numb when I walked, and I was able to return to the gym with light exercises, and I felt much, much better. If you like my content, consider perhaps hitting the subscribe button below and hit the thumbs up, as I will have more videos coming that describe what diet I followed and what supplements I was taking in order to make myself heal and feel so much better. Thank you.